This is the plaintiff, Ellen Friedman. She says she took care of the defendant's 6 cats while the woman was supposed to be in Florida for a week or 2. Well, the woman stayed there for 6 weeks. She went to her house twice a day, changed the litter, fed them, even played with them, for goodness sakes. For the life of her, she can't figure out why the defendant's not paying her for her services. So she's suing the feeble feline owner for the $1,500 she's owed. This is the defendant, Lorraine Ritter. She says she and the plaintiff worked together at the local pet store, and the woman said she'd watch her cats for free while she was out of town. She insisted on paying the plaintiff, and they agreed on $50 a week. In the meantime, unbeknownst to the plaintiff, she had her friends check on her house from time to time, and what they saw horrified them. The place looked as if it had been ransacked. There were piles of food all over the place, and there were coffee cups littering the floor. Oh, her money for doing nothing but abusing her home and neglecting her felines? No way. She's accused of failing to pay a feliner.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff cared for the defendant's 6 cats and got stiffed. But the defendant says the plaintiff was a filthy, disgusting pig, and her cat shouldn't have been subjected to that. It's the case of not feline, fine.
Ellen Friedman, you are suing Lorraine Ritter for $1,500 that you say she owes you for pet sitting fees and stress and aggravation because she won't pay you. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, that is correct. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Yes, I met Miss Ritter and I wanted to get a kitten from her, and the kitten wasn't ready. And she said, I'm going away for about a week. Would you take care of my cats for $150 a week?
$150?
Yes.
That's a lot of money for taking care of the cat. What did that entail?
Feed the cats, give them fresh water, change their litter boxes, take out the trash, play with them, brush them.
You were supposed to come then to the house how many times?
Twice, morning and night.
Morning and night. Okay. How many cats?
6.
Oh. Okay. And you were going to Florida, was it?
Yes.
What for?
My nephew had heart surgery.
Oh, how old is your nephew?
In his 30s.
Okay.
And it was something that came on immediately that I had to attend to. He has no mom and no dad, so I stepped up to the plate as his aunt, and I went there to help him in transition.
Good. And how's he doing?
He's stable and he's okay. And
Good.
that was a plus.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I needed to have somebody come into the apartment and just take care of them in my absence.
What did you agree to pay?
I agreed $50 a week. She offered first to do it for free.
Did you offer to do it for free?
No.
Okay, so according to you, she offered to do it for free. You insisted on paying
her something. So I said to her, we agreed on $50 per week.
And according to you, you agreed on $150. Well, why don't I just look at the contract or emails or texts or something?
Okay.
Miss Ritter made a deposit into my account.
Hand it to my bailiff.
From Florida.
Yeah. Do you have
for
something
1 week's payment
well,
to
we'll
prove
see.
that this is
okay.
that we
that
did have an
deposit's for
agreement.
$160, so that's not 1 week's payment. That's more than 1 week's payment. That happens on June 5th. And when is it you left for Florida?
May 4th.
Okay, so that would not represent 1 week's payment. That would represent several weeks' payments.
You left April 26th, Thursday, April 26th. I took you to the airport at 4 in the morning.
May 4th, Your Honor.
Do you have your airline tickets?
I don't. I have my return thing, but usually I don't like to keep a lot of paperwork, so I don't have
So you have it on an email?
No.
Well, whether it's April 26th or May 4th, if you have a deposit into your account on June 5th, how is it you're using this to prove that it's $150 a week?
That's the only deposit she made, and I said it wouldn't be enough.
So once again, I asked my original question, do you have any way to prove that it's $150 a week that was the agreement?
That was a verbal agreement.
Right. Is there an email or a text between the two of you that would either buttress your testimony that it's $150 or yours that it's $50?
No, Your Honor, it was a verbal agreement.
Okay. So you end up spending how many weeks in Florida?
5.
5.
I said, but the maximum I put on it was 6 weeks. So I had to have somebody in place to make sure that these animals were taken care of.
So
for
according
at least,
to you, you ran by her the 6, that it could be up to 6
correct.
weeks. Is that
and
correct?
She agreed.
No. There was no mention of 6 weeks.
Okay. Now, at some point during the course of these 5 weeks that passed, one of her friends gets a little upset at you because she sees the condition of the apartment, right?
Well, I was not hired to clean, and she had piles of stuff that the cats had knocked over. I did not clean up. I clean up their food area. I clean up their litter boxes.
According to you and your friend, there's kitty litter everywhere.
Yes.
There's coffee cups that came from you.
Yes.
And there's what else?
Dinner plates in the sink. Somebody had been cooking on the stove because the stove is filled with oil.
Grease. Okay, were you cooking in there? Do you have a party?
I had a few things to eat and coffee, yes.
Okay, and you didn't clean up after yourself?
Yes, I did.
Well, I don't care whether she's right in her opinion, but did her friend say to you, why does the place look like this?
No, nothing was said.
Really? I don't believe you. Let me see the affidavit from your friend. Why isn't your friend here? You folks are from the Bronx.
He's a retired paralegal, Your Honor.
Well, then he has a lot of free time and he can come to court.
He just said that he didn't appreciate being in a court arena like
Well,
this.
if there's, why not?
I can't answer for him,
Not
Your Honor.
appreciate it. I don't
I'm
even know.
sorry.
what
I
that means.
apologize.
Yeah, it's a little insulting, actually. Dirty plate, empty coffee cup, and Ellen said she'd fallen asleep on the couch. Did you say the night?
Yes. I did spend the night when I took her to the airport as well.
Okay, let's assume that you agreed to at least $50. All right. Do we have an agreement that it's 5 weeks, or even
Yes.
that you two dispute? You
April?
two are the kind of people who ought to have a contract, since you dispute everything.
Yeah. April 26th through June 9th.
And according to
Was
you,
her-
it's May 4th. You should be able to show me something about when you flew.
I have something when I flew back. It is June 8th, and this is from JetBlue, and this is when I truly flew
Okay,
in.
well, that helps. June 8th or June 9th. And now we have to try to settle this May something. You say it was when?
May 4th, Friday, and I came back on Friday, June 8th.
And you say it was when?
Thursday, April 26th, late 4 a.m. we left for the flight. We left for the
4
airport.
a.m.?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
4 in the morning part?
4 in the morning.
Okay. And do you have any proof that it was April 26th?
I
I
called.
have phone messages.
Are there any phone messages between April 26th and May 4th?
Yes.
Okay.
No, between.
What is that?
Tape recorder.
Plaintiff was supposed to go to the defendant's house to feed and care for her 6 cats, but the defendant says the plaintiff left the house a disgusting mess. Let's listen.
A cassette tape recorder? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of them. I don't even think my kids would know what that is. Goodness gracious, would you look at how old is this thing?
It works.
God bless you. I think it's great. I think we live in a very disposable society with both products and humans. But wait, how do you have your voicemail messages on this?
My voicemail is on a computer chip.
And so you just played it next to it and recorded it on this?
Yes, I used speakerphone and recorded it into that. It gets clearer after a while.
This was after all the big dispute? Where she took care of your home so poorly? You think she'd make a good owner?
This is while I was away.
She was already in Florida, May 31st.
Hold on to this.
There's more messages.
Yeah, no, hold on to it. I don't feel like holding it.
Hi, Ellen, it's fine. I got your call last night. I'm certainly sure you're concerned about me coming back, but I am planning to come back probably at the beginning of next week. Okay? See you soon. Bye. Received Thursday, June 7th at 12:26 p.m. Hi, Ellen, it's Florence. I got your message. I don't understand what that means, that you don't feel appreciated. I said it many times. I appreciate what you've done. But at any rate, I guess I'll try you in the morning. Okay, good night. Message saved.
That's it.
Of course, that doesn't answer the original question, which is whether it was April or May, which is important to me because it tells me how many weeks you're supposed to be due. But in any event, you've only paid her $160.
Correct.
Even by your math, you would still owe her money. What is the reason that you're not paying her the money?
Okay. I have 2 other statements here. First of all, our agreement was that she would accept one of the kittens. She wanted a kitten. Then she decided to tell me that she's moving and she doesn't want the kitten. Then she said it was the wrong color kitten. So that caused a delay and a problem
Not true.
because because now I had to find a home for it. The second letter I have is from my next door neighbor that saw the shenanigans that were going on in my apartment when I was away.
Let me see what you've got. Hand it to Douglas, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
According to the neighbor, you would go once in the morning. You would have a gentleman with you and enter regularly. One night, you rang the neighbor's bell, asked her if she had aluminum foil. She could smell cooking. The next day, you both left the apartment together. Okay. Did you have texts you wanted me to look at or emails you wanted me to look at? Anything that would give us the date?
No.
Okay, show me what you want me to see.
Yep, I can take it up there.
I have an estimate from another pet sitting service of how much they would charge.
Not interested. I need to know
Okay.
what this contract called for. And these are the wages of not having a written contract about what the agreement is. You're looking me square in the face after swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and saying you're supposed to get paid $150. You're looking me right in the face after swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and telling me it was 50. Yes. One of you is a liar. And this is what happens when you come to court without a contract or some written proof of what the amount was.
Well,
you
why
leave
we
it up
have
to
the
me to
deposit.
decide.
The deposit from the bank.
What deposit from the bank? That is in June. By whether you started taking care of the cats in May or April, that is a month into taking care of the cats. If there's a deposit for $160, that doesn't prove it was $150 a week.
Well, I said $150 wasn't enough, so she says, well, I'll do 10 more.
Really?
And yes. I said it wasn't enough.
Prove it.
I only have my word.
Right, and what do you have?
And the deposit.
So you each have your word, and one of your words is worth garbage. Because it can't be both. So one of you is just an out-and-out liar.
Correct.
Welcome to my world.
So, even if the plaintiff left this house a filthy, disgusting mess, should she get paid?
I believe that they should come to a compromise still. I think that she should clean up the mess, but she should get paid.
Well, here's the deal. If they can come to a compromise, does she get paid or not?
Yes, I believe she should.
Why?
Because she still spent the time to watch the cat, and it couldn't have been her fault. It could have been just that the cat would left the mess a few minutes before they got home. So as long as the cat is still healthy, then I think she should get paid.
Okay, you could have represented O.J. Simpson. Not necessarily well, but you could have represented him going inside the courtroom.
So here's what's going to happen. Since you folks decide that that's how you're going to do business, when you, who are the plaintiff with the person who has the burden of proving it's your way, walk in empty-handed, what you're left with is what she admits to. She concedes it's $50 a week. She concedes it since May 4th till June 8th or 9th. And, either way, it's basically a full week. That's 5 weeks, okay? And if she paid you, she agrees she's supposed to pay you $50, then that's all you can prove in court. You can't prove that bigger amount that you're entitled to $1,000-something. And if she's already paid you $160, then that's $250 minus $160 that she would still owe you, which it would be $90 that she still owes you. You think that you don't have to pay her anything else because there's a coffee cup, some spilled kitty litter, which is what cats do, and she apparently had a man friend over and cooked dinner. If you don't want her to do that, then you specify that. But her having the place a little dirty is not an excuse for you not to pay her for taking care of your cats. So no. So it's $250 for the 5 weeks minus the $160, leaving a balance owed to the plaintiff in the amount of $90. You apparently have some wagon that belongs to her. We'll go ahead and you want to hand it back, and we'll take care of that. Verdict for the plaintiff, $90. We are done.
The plaintiff sued for $1,500 and comes out with $90 because there's just no contract, and there's no good evidence, and there's no paper trail of what you say you were owed.
Well, I think there is good evidence, but there should have been some form of contract, but I did it on a trust basis that she's a person that would keep her word. But who would go twice a day, taking care of 6 cats for $50?
It's a lot of work.
For $50 a week?
All right.
Come on, that's not reasonable.
Okay.
So.
All right. Right around the corner there. Nice vest. The cat vest. The cat vest. Very good. All right. So come on in here. Step in. What happened?
Oh, well, it was a verdict, and the judge ruled on it and said we should definitely have an agreement, and that's what I really should have had.
Yeah. Well, what kind of way is this to do business? Is it $50 a week kind of low to take care of 6 cats?
But then I offered to get a kitten for her, work it up, which was over $500, and take that cost on myself.
What do you think, Harvey?
So here's the deal. If the plaintiff really did damage the house, fine. The defendant can file a countersuit against the plaintiff, but the plaintiff still gets paid. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.